Hey everyone, it's Zach, and we are going to continue our run up to Master Ball with the Coaching Kaparaja team. And honestly, I've been doing a lot of bulk recording. I wish I would have been able to do this amount of bulk recording before I went on vacation, but mainly I'm excited to be able to play because, I took the week off and I really want to get to Master Ball with this team. So unfortunately, I feel like we did lose the last one and we were knocked down to no bar in the Ultra Ball tier. So our first opponent is going to be Flame Seeker, and we see the Sun team. Venusaur, Ninetales, Arcanine, Gastron, Rillaboom, and Rhyperior. It's very interesting to have the Rhyperior here. I think we can lead in Incineroar Togekiss. And maybe it's Inteleon Rillaboom in the back. I want to say with this team, you would see something like a turn 1 Dynamax with Venusaur in the Sun. And that Gastron could be scary, but Snipe Shot ignores redirection, so we don't have to worry about Storm Drain there. And then Rillaboom is there to handle it, and then if we Gigantamax the Inteleon, it's going to ignore the ability anyway. So I wonder if this person is going to time out. And they lock in at the last moment, so let's see how my opponent chooses to lead. Venusaur and Ninetales, which, no surprise there. So right here, I really want to get a Burning Jealousy off, especially if we can burn that Venusaur really early and just get a Follow Me, because I want to say we see just a Max Ooze and Heat Wave. If we can stall the Sun, if we can stall the Dynamax, like, we might be in a good position, but it's going to be tough. There's the Max Ooze. Togekiss does live. It probably won't live a Heat Wave, especially with the Ninetales being +1. We are going to burn the Venusaur, though. And do I want to bait the vines? I do. I want to bait the vines coming out because Rillaboom will take them a lot better than Inteleon would ever. Inteleon's just so frail, it's so hard to give it a chance to attack, but you also could Max Quake into the Incineroar. We are going to need that special attack drop on the Ninetales because Heat Wave in the Sun is going to do a lot to Rillaboom. So maybe this wasn't the best switch-in. Oh, wow. Of course it was a crit. Heat Wave will come back out. Are we in berry range? We will be after the vines. So it's not looking too good here. How many turns left of Sun is there? 3 turns of Sun, so it would probably be very beneficial to actually go for the Hailstorm. Because if we can somehow survive a hit from this Venusaur, we could actually handle it with the Hailstorm, get a lot of damage into it. I just can't believe I got Rillaboom took that crit. So we're gonna have to hope that Inteleon lives something. I just don't even know what to say at this point. And you had Solar Beam on your Ninetales. Inteleon is just so frail. Like, I wish there was just a water that was just as fast as Inteleon, but bulkier. So it was neutral, but still, there's no point in continuing this battle. So we're gonna go ahead and back up and probably get knocked back down into Great Ball tier. It was really interesting to see the Ninetales over the Torkoal, especially with Rhyperior. You think there would be the Trick Room option there. Okay, so we have the next trainer, no rating changes. Our next opponent is going to be Taz. I think Copperajah actually does okay here. And I want to bring Togekiss because I want to say if you lead Venusaur, we have to worry about you putting it to sleep. And there's also the Meowstic we have to worry about. And another question comes to mind is, what are my answers for Umbreon? Because I really don't have any. That's a cool background they got on their trainer card. I have not touched the trainer card customization in a while. Meowstic and Inteleon. So I think I need the special defense boost. And let's try to yawn the Inteleon. I'm curious to what we see from the Meowstic. Probably fake tears. You could fake tears the Copperajah. Fake out. And Ice Beam. So that does nothing to Meowstic. I think I want to conserve the Togekiss here. And I want to say you just Ice Beam into the Togekiss again. We get Intimidate off, but that doesn't bother Inteleon at all. And you're actually going to yawn. So we take the Ice Beam. And we just knock out the Inteleon, so that's good. Unfortunately, we didn't get the spikes up, but I have to keep the Copperajah around. At +2 special defense, though, do we really have anything that hits it hard? Venusaur. So I want to try to hit this Venusaur while I can. Because if we can get really good damage onto this, do you bring up Sunny Day with a Meowstic? Mean look. Max Quake, who are you hitting? Probably the Incineroar. Actually, no, you go after the Copperajah, but after this +2 special defense, and we're gonna burn it again. This is a bulkier Venusaur than the last one. And unfortunately, Copperajah is going to fall asleep. You know, we should have Max Starfalled, because that ended up biting us in the bullet when we yawned a Pokemon last time. So I think here, now that the Copperajah is asleep, you target the Incineroar. So I want to bring the Togekiss back in, predicting a Max Quake. You could just Max Ooze to help bring back the losses with special attack. We'll see another yawn. So we really can't have two Pokemon asleep on the field, so I think I'm going to have to switch out the Incineroar. It's really obvious here, so I want to say we probably see a Max Quake come out from this Venusaur again. You mean look to try to prevent the escape? And you're gonna take this time to get the Vine Lash off, which is smart because the chip damage is gonna do more than what your attacks are gonna do to Copperajah in the meantime. So we go ahead and get the Iron Head off, and it was actually Rocky Helmet. So we've actually burned their Dynamax? Yeah. And I honestly want to say if we can get rid of the sun, I think I have to focus on the Venusaur. And we're actually going to see the Scizor Swords Dance. So that's kind of scary. We're going to go ahead and Heat Crash in the sun, so hopefully this is enough. And it is. So what could we see here? We could see a bug move. And I do want to be able to rotate and Intimidate in and get another opportunity to fake out. So I think Togekiss isn't a bad switch here. And just high horsepowering into the Scizor to get as much damage as possible. Well, close, but Sunlight fades. Copperajah is going to go down. So I think here I want to fake out and yawn. That way we can continue to rotate in the Intimidates. And who do you target here? I honestly say the Togekiss is an easier knockout, but I want to say this Incineroar is a bigger threat to Scizor. Okay, so you just go for the Togekiss, which makes sense. But here, Scizor's going to go to sleep, and not only that, but we're going to get 2 big hits. So I think we were able to manage to get this Scizor back down to neutral. Yeah. So let's go ahead and knock off. and Burning Jealousy. And Burning Jealousy just does it in. Okay, we were actually able to take a decent one. So, felt pretty good about that. Sun teams are just so tough. Even though you think you have a good matchup against Venusaur, but so many Venusaurs now are carrying Max Quake, and you need to hit Venusaur hard, and you need Togekiss to prevent it just putting the Copperajah to sleep, because Copperajah is just so slow, and even anything with Venusaur in the sun is going to be able to take out, or at least get a sleep powder off. But anyways, how do you think I did? How do you think I could have played that first one better? What are you thinking about the team? I would love to hear about it in the comments down below. While you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyways, I'm Zach, and I'll see you guys in the next one.